Hey guys, it's Philly Pre back again. Ooh, I look a little crazy. But these videos right now are being filmed during the COVID-19 pandemic. So I'm inside looking a little crazy, but I'm in the comfort of my home chilling. So, I do still have to, put something on a little kind of presentable for these videos, but I ain't doing too much. But anyway, enough about that. This is a video that I've actually been wanting to make for a while. I've thought about it and thought about it. I keep saying, oh, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. And I just never got around to it. But I'm doing it today. So this is what happens when you have time on your hands. You do so many things you have been putting off. So this video, well, you probably already know from the title, but Korean is hard. And then this is something that I've gotten from my friends, my chingus, when we're chatting. We go, Korean is hard, yo. Shout out to my friends. Love you guys. Korean is hard. When I first started this journey, I've been on this journey longer than I care to admit, probably, and still can't speak Korean fluently. And I get there are people out there that are like, oh, I learned in 3 months. Oh, I learned in 2 months. You see all these YouTube videos. If you're anything like me, when you first started and said you wanted to learn Korean, you bought books, you went on YouTube. And this is where I thought about this because I heard this is just personal experience. I'm not coming at anybody. I'm just talking from my personal experience. So, feel free to comment. But again, just remember that if this is not how you feel, that's okay. Because this is me talking from my personal point of view. But Korean is hard. And there were a lot of videos on YouTube and other places, not just YouTube. And they're like, oh, Korean made even books. Korean is easy. Oh, learn Korean in 24 hours. Learn Korean in 15 minutes. Learn Hangul in 6 minutes. I mean, some of this is an exaggeration, but I ran across a lot of different materials in different areas, like whether it was online or whether it was in a bookstore, wherever it was, just giving this illusion to me that, hey, I can learn this easy. The reality for me, again, I want to clarify that because the reality for me, Korean is hard. It's not easy. It is difficult. That does not mean that I'm giving up on learning it. That does not mean that I'm saying to somebody, don't try to learn it. As someone who is a lover of Korean culture, I would never say that. But and I'm coming from a standpoint of, being a little bit older, so maybe my age has something to do with it. I don't know, but it's not easy. And, I tried, of course, at first to self-teach because they were like, you could teach yourself, It's not impossible to do. I know people who have done it and who are still in the process of teaching themselves, and I think they're doing an excellent job. But even they realize that it's not easy. There is no miracle to quickly learning Korean. Korean is totally different in so many aspects from the English language and writing. It has, you use Hangul. It's just different. So I found like, especially if you're not immersed, I feel like people who are immersed in it maybe grasp it better. Again, I don't know for sure because I haven't been immersed, but like if maybe you went to Korea and you were hearing it all the time and you were studying it, and you made friends that were Korean, so it became easier for you to learn it. Maybe if I had those opportunities or if I did stuff like that, it may be easier for me. But, just trying to learn on my own, not really having like anybody to bounce stuff off of in the beginning when I was learning. It's a little bit different now because Philly Free, we run Korean language classes and we have an amazing teacher and she's great. Like hands down, so many students who've taken the class think that she's a great teacher. I agree 100%, 150%. But it still is not easy. But one thing that I will say that she always says to me and other students, don't beat yourself up. It's okay. This is not your first language. This is not, you're learning something completely foreign. This is totally different. you're not going to always get it, right away. There's a lot of particles and, subject marking particles and, this marking and this grammar is specific to this. And then you have your, her honorifics, how you speak when you're talking to somebody older. There are so many things that the English language doesn't have, that the Korean language does have, that you have to acclimate, to learn, to adjust to, and to retrain your thinking like, okay, this is how this works. Again, it's not impossible, but and I will tell anybody, you have to study. This is coming from somebody who's been trying to learn it, and I don't make the time to study like I should. That's the best way I could put it. I just don't make the time to study like I should. I really find those who are learning on their own, they really set aside dedicated time to study. And that's something that I feel like I have to fault myself for. So maybe that's why it's taking me longer to learn it. But I just wanted to, just let people know it's not easy, but don't give up. We will eventually get there. And I need to use it more. So what happens is, now I'm taking classes. My teacher tells me I'm doing much better than I was, which is nice to hear. But I still don't use it often, so when we're in class, we're learning it, and I'm, if I say it or I read something and I'm like, yes, I got it. But you know what? It's not the repetition, because guess what? When class is over, I may study here and there on a good week. On a bad week, I may not study, which is bad. And I'm not using it. So it's like when I get back to class the next week, it's like, but I don't give up. I don't give up, because there are times when I'm in certain scenarios and something clicks, something it's like, oh, hey, I knew that, or I remember that. So, somewhere, it's sinking. It's just not going as fast maybe as I would want, or something like that. There are like language exchange things that you can try. I have tried those with mediocre success with that. So, I won't say don't, or, you should or you shouldn't try them. Everybody's experience is different with those. But it definitely helps if you have someone to speak to or use it. So what I am trying to do, even though I need to get better with working on a schedule for like studying, but I am trying to like use it more, like even if it's just around the house, if I'm just somebody says something and I know I can respond to that in Korean, try. It's a start, but I just wanted to make this video because there's so much out there saying that it's easy and you can learn quick and you can learn fast, and for me, it didn't work that way. I don't agree. That's not the case for me. And, maybe there are other people out there who feel like I feel, that they're not going to give up, but they realize that it's hard, and they've tried all these other different things that says it's easy and realize, no, it's not. What are you talking about? But I have found some resources that I think are good. And one of them, I'm not good at like posting links. Maybe my kids or somebody will help me post a link down below. But it's the book series by Billy Go. Helps. Now, we don't use that book in class. We have a Pacific book that we actually have that we get shipped from Korea that we really, really like, which is good. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. And because I'm using that with a teacher, that helps. And that's why I think that makes it an even better book for me. But if you really just want to learn, like if I wasn't taking classes now, prior to taking the classes, out of all the money I spent on resources, trying to learn Korean on my own, the best one that I found prior to starting to take classes was the books by Billy Go. And I think because his books are written from a standpoint of someone who isn't Korean, whose first language is English, but learned and studied Korean, so he gets some of the things that are harder for us to learn. So that I think that's what made his books help me a little bit. But now I'm taking the classes. I still have his books, and every once in a while I do pick them back up. But I really, right now, I'm more focused on the book that I'm using in the class that I'm taking. But again, I just wanted to make this video just because maybe there's other people out there like me who realize it's not as easy as some say. But fight team, we're not giving up, and we're going to keep learning and yeah, trying to learn. So don't give up. Korean is a beautiful language, but it's not always easy to learn. So don't fall for all the hype that you can learn this beautiful language in, you know, a super fast amount of time, because that's not the case for everyone. I'm living proof that it's not the case for everyone. So thanks for tuning in, and comment below and let me know how your Korean journey, language learning journey is going, and if it's been easy or hard, or, you know, what you find difficult. So would love to hear your comments and see if others feel like I feel, or if it's been easy for you. Tell me what you've done. Share some resources. You know, let's start a conversation, guys. This is Philly Pre signing out. Until next time, guys. Bye.